Folks, ET here coming at you with the pre-market prep, so let's get to it. All right, so our bullish day yesterday, almost to the top of our whale target, or our gamma range yesterday at 556, did not get close to our 545 yesterday. A very small green deck, so we're back into that. We've got a green, red, green. We'll see if we continue the uptrend or if we start to see some red ones showing up. As far as whale targets and customer sentiment so small, it's neutral as neutral. There's a very tiny wick there. And then our whale targets remain at 520 and 551, which we're over right now still in the pre-market session at 533. We have a couple of times moved above whale targets on certain things or below, as you can see here, but we did have targets that were down here when this happened, which sometimes can be misleading when you pull them because there were targets down here that did exist during that time. But PLTR was a good example. It ripped like, I don't know, $18 past its whale target one day before coming back down. Keep an eye on these. If we don't start to get upper targets, that's a little interesting to me, to be honest. Jumping into our dark pools, largest ag is at 524. No sig prints to worry about. Mark it on your charts. Go from there or use the bot ping like I do. Very far away from our largest ag at the moment. Jumping into our gamma. Well, plain and simple, we're at 533 in the pre-market session, so we're really right around this range here. Or 553, sorry. 553. Listen, don't say 533. That would have been one heck of a drop. So we're 553. We're kind of sitting in this range right around here in the pre-market session. It's very thin to the downside, really all the way down to 535, and very thin to the upside, once again, all the way to 575 on our ag. Let's take a look at today for 30 and see what that looks like for us. We'll keep in mind if today is the last day of the month, sometimes we see an end-of-month ramp from some end-of-month buying. That is somewhat subjective, so be careful there, but a lot of times we have seen that. I think last month we did, and the month before that we didn't, and a few months before that we did. So take a look at our gamma. We're going to have to zoom in here to even get any sort of inkling of what's going on. 540 is a hard stop. 550 is still the biggest pull. Have room up to 556, really right around there. So we could feasibly, if we get bearish flow, we could really trade between this 556 and this 546 right here, maybe even a little lower to 540 if there's some news that lets the gamma play out there. And if we're bullish, we could really see a small dip and then a move back up into that range. Just watch flow. Flow nailed it yesterday. Flow line yesterday was perfect. We had some very strong call buying on 2 time frames and some very, very weak put buying on 2 time frames. And then they all caught up with calls. That was pretty crazy to see. But that is why we watch flow line. Check that tweet. Go find flow line and watch the video on it on our YouTube if you don't know how to use it. All right, that is all for now. Everybody have a good day. Stay safe out there and go get that Oprah money.